Islam. Islam 101.
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi amma ba'. Welcome once again to a new episode of Islam 101. And we're dealing with what I would describe as the mas'alatu sa'ah, the issue of the hour for the Muslim nation in particular, as it relates to being satisfied with what Rasulullah has brought, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and doing away with and discarding all the superfluous and all of the extracurricular activities that the Muslims preoccupy themselves with. In the last episode, we dealt with the Sunnah. What is the Sunnah? And the importance of the Sunnah, and how we explained it has different concepts and different understandings, all of which are extremely important. And one of the opposites of the Sunnah is the innovation, and how it is haram. It's not permissible. It's a major sin to fall into the innovation in the religion of Islam. And the innovation, we have to make it perfectly clear, is that thing that has been introduced in the religion that's not from the religion. As for the bid'ah, the innovations that are outside of the religion, concerning the mu'amalat, or our life outside of the religion, then a person can invent as he wants, and there's no problem as long as it doesn't harm the people. Our mother Aisha radiyallahu anha, she said, concerning the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Allah said, today I have completed for you your religion, and I have perfected my favor upon you, and I am pleased to choose for you al-Islam as a religion. Aisha said about this ayah, anyone who says that it's permissible to innovate something and to introduce something in the religion that Rasulullah didn't do, he is saying that Allah has lied. He is saying that Allah has not completed the religion, because the religion is in need of this person coming, introducing something in the religion, like celebrating the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is the point that we left off in the last segment. A person says, I have sincerity and I love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so why shouldn't I be able to come and to pass out sweets and cakes? Why shouldn't I be able to come to make a special dhikr, special remembrance, and do special forms of worship on this day? We say because had it been something that was from the religion, Allah would have ordered Rasulullah to tell us about it. Since Rasulullah did not do it, it's not permissible for us to introduce this issue in the deen. Rasulullah told us sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha ma laysa minhu fahuwa radd." Whoever introduces something in this religion of ours, this affair, it will be rejected. It will be rejected because the religion is not in need of any additions or any innovations. Allah said about himself and the religion, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ نَسِيًّا. Your Lord was not forgetful. When Allah Ta'ala legislated the religion and he sent Muhammad with the message sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah didn't forget that celebrating the Prophet's birthday is something good, but he forgot to tell Muhammad about it, so Muhammad didn't tell us, and now someone else has to come and he has to introduce it? No, we have to follow what Allah has revealed in the Quran, as he said in the Quran, when it is said to the people, to the Muslims, to the people, follow what Allah revealed. Follow what Allah revealed, and don't follow anything other than that. The people say, no, we want to follow what our fathers were doing. We want to follow what we found our fathers doing. Allah said, even though your fathers were not guided, nor did they reflect, if your fathers were guided, they would have found enough in the Sunnah. If your fathers had intellect, they would have said what Rasulullah did is the best thing and what he didn't do is a dangerous thing. So this is the measurement, the Richter scale. This is the thing that we measure our true love to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to Rasulullah. Are you a person who really understands the statement of Allah in the Quran when he said, Tabarak wa ta'ala, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Verily you have in Rasulullah a perfect example. Rasulullah is the perfect example. And he didn't leave anything out. So how is it possible that we're going to add or subtract from his religion? In addition to that, listen to the statement in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبُكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. Tell them, Ya Muhammad, if you people truly love Allah, then follow me, and Allah will love you, and Allah will forgive you your sins. So, loving Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not mere lip service. Loving Rasulullah and loving Allah is in practice in this religion, the way that it was revealed. Yawmul Qiyamah, on the day of judgment, the people will be in a serious state. And that serious state will require that they will be in need of some water. That water will be able to be obtained from the fountain of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or his hawd. Every prophet, every Nabi has a fountain. From the closeness of the sun, from the severity of the day, people are going to be afraid and they're going to be hot. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will find that some of his companions will be pushed away from his fountain. The angels will push them away from the fountain, and they're from his ummah. Rasulullah will try to intercede. And he will say, Ashabi, Ashabi, these people are from my ummah, they're my followers. The angels will say to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Innaka la tadri ma ahdathu min ba'dik. Oh Muhammad, you don't know what these people introduced in your religion after you died. They introduced celebrating your birthday. They introduced the special remembrance after the salat. They introduced this, they introduced that. And then the people who came after them took it as the religion, and the religion was lost. It was lost, just as what has happened to the Jews and the Christians. Ask the Christians, why do they celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ on the 25th of December? It all started because of their love for Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus Christ. But no one knows when Jesus Christ was born. No one. And he definitely wasn't born January 25th, based upon their book. Similarly, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not born on the day that they're saying he was born. No one knows when Rasulullah was born. No one in this dunya knows when he was born. All we know is that he was born on a Monday or a Thursday. Because they asked him, Ya Rasulullah, why do you fast on Mondays and Thursdays? He said, because the Quran was revealed to me on that day, and I was born on that day. But we don't know which day was the Quran revealed, and which day was he born. So we know that he was born in the year of the elephant, the Am al-Fil, the year of the elephant, when Abraha came to destroy the Kaaba. But we don't know the exact day. Rabi al-Awwal, the 12th, Ramadan, Muharram, no one knows. So how have the Muslims allowed such a thing to take place? And now it's become a part of their religion, a part of the ibadat, to the point where a revert comes into the religion and he says, Inshallah, I love Rasulullah and I want to do what's correct. Just prove to me, as Allah said in the Quran, Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen. Bring your proof if you're telling the truth. Show me the proof of why I should do this. They'll say, what? You don't love Rasulullah. You're a Wahhabi. You don't love Rasulullah. Is that a scholastic answer? Is that an intelligent answer? No, I'm a revert. Have mercy upon me and just present the evidence. And if you can do so, I'm going to practice it. But hey, they'll never be able to produce the evidence. It's just in the minds of the people. So, brothers and sisters, we have to be careful of following in the tracks and the steps of Ahlul Kitab. Those people innovated and introduced issues in their religion that have nothing to do with the religion of Al-Islam. Follow what was revealed to you from your Lord. Follow what Allah revealed in the Quran and in the authentic sunnah to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And don't follow the awliya. Don't follow these people who are saints in your mind, the people who are saints in your culture, the people who have given you these new things. Stay away from all forms of innovation in the religion. For verily, every innovation is going astray. And every going astray leads to the outside. That's what Rasulullah said. Kullu bid'atin dalala wa kullu dalalatin finnar. Every innovation is going astray. And every going astray leads to the hellfire. In addition to that, brothers, the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they made the ultimate sacrifice. They loved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than everybody. And therefore, they gave up all of their money and their property and they lost their lives in the cause of Al-Islam for Allah and in their love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, after the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do we find any of the companions practicing the Milad al-Nabawi? Did any of the companions who loved him more than we can ever dream of or imagine loving him, did any of them ever do such a thing? La. Instead, Rasulullah told us sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this ummah and what's going to happen. وَسَتَفْتَرِقُ هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ عَلَى الثَّلَاثِ وَالسَّبْعِينَ فِرْقَةً كلها في النار إلا واحدة. قيل وما الواحدة يا رسول الله؟ قال الذي على ما أنا عليه اليوم وأصحابي. My ummah is going to split up into 73 different groups. They're all going to claim that the right thing is with them, the truth is with them. All of those groups will be rejected. All of them in the hellfire except one. They asked, Ya Rasulullah, which group is going to be correct? He said, the one that is doing what I'm doing today and my companions. Where did the companions participate in such an innovation? So that is a clear proof that this particular innovation and all innovation should be rejected, because if it was good and if it was from the religion, the companions would have preceded us. They would have beat us. They would have been quick to be the first from amongst this ummah to do such a thing. And that's why Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, Abu Abdurrahman, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, from the scholars of the companions, he told the Muslims and given them advice. Take what the companions took, the Amr al-Atiq, the ancient affair. Take the religion of the companions. What was the deen during their time is the deen during your time. And what was not the religion during their time should not be the religion during our particular time. So we look now in the Muslim world today and other than the Muslim world, and we look at the callers who are calling to al-Islam. When did the companions ever go around killing people, innocent people, saying this is for the establishment of the Khilafah of al-Islam? This is for the establishment of jihad in the earth. When did the companions ever do something like that? That is an innovation in the religion. When did the companions ever sit around and they were going back and forth, Huwa? When did that ever happen in the religion of al-Islam? It never happened, ikhwani. And I want to end right now by making it clear to you that we have to do our best. We have to do our best to stick tenaciously to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the way of his companions. That is where our life is. That is where our life is. So we're going to bring this part of the episode and this aspect of this critical issue to a close right now. And then when we come back, inshallah, we'll give our respected panel an opportunity to put their points of view and their comments or to put their questions across, inshallah. May Allah give us all the tawfiq or the success to be of the people of Ahl Sunnah.
Islam 101.
Please, brothers and sisters, in particular brothers, husbands, divorce is the last resort.
Even when I was given the topic, the art of divorce, I was thinking, why are we talking about a divorce?
As they say in management, do you take serious decisions when you are angry? No one is taking a very serious decision in his life, maybe in his business, while you are angry.
A divorce happening every 6 minutes.
We are not talking about enjoying the divorce, but we are talking about certain steps to be followed in order to avoid divorce or minimize the possibility of divorce or minimize the consequences of divorce. Any divorce taking place have many ill effects. So we would like to minimize those ill effects.
Islam 101.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Welcome back, everyone. We're dealing with an issue of the danger of innovation in the religion of al-Islam. We have been trying to expound upon the seriousness of this issue as it relates to the sacredness of our religion and the protection of the religion of al-Islam. Those people from Ahlul Kitab, from the Christians and the Jews who preceded the Muslims, and they were given the amana or the trust of holding on to their religion, they allowed their religion to become contaminated when they begin to introduce in their religion that which their prophets did not bring. And now we find what their prophets brought is in one boat going one way, and what they're practicing and understanding is in another boat going another way, even though they're claiming they're one and the same. And they are diametrically opposed to each other, going in total opposite directions. This is what has happened to the Muslims. But as it relates to the religion of Islam, because this is the last religion, Allahu Ta'ala takaffala. Allah is responsible for protecting this religion, and He will protect it. The Prophet told us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا تزال طائفة من أمتي على الحق منصورا. There will always be a group of people who will be from my ummah, who will be on the truth, and they will be victorious. So we all have to be from those people. The people of the Sunnah, Ahl Sunnah, the people who hold on tenaciously to the hadith. What did he say in that hadith? He said, عليكم بالسنة والسنة الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين من بعدي عضوا عليها بالنواجذ. Take my sunnah and the sunnah of my companions, the rightly guided leaders after me. Hold on to it with your molars. That's the balagha, the eloquence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't put the sunnah in your pocket where someone can come and steal it from you. Don't put it in your coat. When you go into the masjid, you take your coat off and someone comes and steals the sunnah from you. You hear the person making a statement and he's making a reason why you should do this and do that because you put your sunnah in the pocket. Someone steals your coat and the sunnah goes away with it. He said, bite on it with your molars. So it's a well-known fact that in our body, in the places of our body, where we can grab something and apply pressure to something, if you were to take a rope and put it under your arm, grab it here, you won't be able to administer that much pressure like the pressure of the teeth. That's what Rasulullah is saying. Hold on to the sunnah with your molars. Don't let any Amr, Bakr, or Zayd come, any Tom, Dick, and Harry come, and he takes from you the sunnah because he has the gift of gab, or the ilm al-kalam, the speech of rhetoric. No. Hold on to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether that sunnah is an obligation or whether it is not an obligation, and especially the sunnah of the perfect, the correct aqidah, the correct ideology, and the correct minhaj. For those people who are teaching the Muslims, those people who are giving dawah ilallah, you're encouraging people to become Muslims, you should not call people to Islam if you don't know the correct sunnah. The sunnah of the aqidah of al-Islam and the sunnah of the methodology of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because we have too many groups out here and all of them are saying the truth is with them, the truth is with them. Like the Arab poet said, وَكُلٌّ يَدَّعِي وَصْلٍ بِلَيْلَةٍ وَلَيْلَ لَا تُقِرُّهُمْ بِذَاكَ. Everyone is saying, Layla is mine, Layla is mine. Layla is, she loves me, I love Layla. But Layla doesn't love any of them. Similarly, the sunnah, this group, the sunnah is with us, the truth is with us, the truth is with us. But when you compare what the people are doing to what Rasulullah was doing and his companions, you'll find Rasulullah's sunnah is in one boat going one way, and what they're saying is on another boat going another way, diametrically opposed to each other. As sunnah, as sunnah, as sunnah. We say that 3 times for emphasis. Hold on to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now, we're going to end this episode about the sunnah and the bid'ah with the participation of some of our panel members here. So if you guys have any questions, you can start. You want to say something?
We hear of good innovation and bad innovation. My question is that, is there any good innovation or bad innovation?
Concerning the statement of some of the bona fide scholars of al-Islam and some of the a'wam, the regular Muslims who are not ulama, scholars, some people say there's a sunnah hasana and a sunnah that's a sayyi'ah, a good sunnah and a bad sunnah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the example for us, he said, kullu sunnatin bid'ah, kullu bid'atin dalala, wa kullu dalalatin finnar. Every innovation in the religion is going astray. And every going astray leads to the hellfire. So that's the answer. That is the answer. Every innovation in this religion is going astray. As for Umar radiallahu anhu, who has been recorded that he said about the salat of a-Taraweeh that's done in Ramadan, when the people were praying behind the 3 imams, Ubay ibn Ka'b, praying behind Tamim al-Dari, and the third one, I forgot who it was, he said this is a good sunnah, a good bid'ah. He didn't mean the bid'ah in the classical sense of the word in the religion. He meant the linguistic meaning. Meaning, this is something Rasulullah didn't do, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And then again, Rasulullah said, take my sunnah and the sunnah of the Khulafa al-Rashideen. And from them is Umar ibn al-Khattab, the one whom Rasulullah said, لو كان النبي بعدي لكان عمر. If there was a prophet to come after me, it would have been Umar radiallahu anhu. So what Umar did came from his fiqh, his understanding of the deen, the religion, and Rasulullah allowed us to take from the sunnah of Umar radiallahu anhu. Any more questions? عندك شيء?
Of course, all people or nations, tribes have their own cultures, and maybe some of them are not based on the religion. So what people have to do, they have to throw out the cultures when they accept Islam, or may they, for example, keep steps which are not contradict with Islam.
Exactly. Ahsanta. Allah yaftah alayk sardar. As it relates to the culture, Islam allows you to hold on to your culture, the way you dress, the way you eat, how you decorate your homes. Islam allows every group of people to hold on to their culture. As an African American, I come into the religion of Islam, I can still eat the things that African Americans love to eat. Fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, macaroni salad, macaroni and cheese. All of those things are from my culture and I eat them, and I don't have to come to the religion speaking broken English. I start speaking like an Arab who speaks broken English, and that's synonymous with Islam. La wallahi, that's not true. I can be who I am. But when the culture goes against the religion, and the religion goes against the culture, you have to discard the culture. You have to discard the culture and hold on to the deen, the religion. In Africa, for an example, some parts of Africa, the women go around and their chests are bare. In their society, that's not a statement of sex. They're just doing that because it's hot and they don't know. For an example, she comes into Al-Islam. Does Al-Islam say, okay, you can continue to do that? No. And every Muslim is going to reject that as well. Okay. That's as it relates to an African. Well, you're an Arab and you have aspects of your culture that also have to be discarded. So why the double standards? You're an Asian, Pakistani, you're Indian, you're Bangladeshi. Why is it that your culture now is also going against the deen, the religion, but you don't want to discard it? We even have certain Muslims who dress like Hindu women. They wear the sari and the woman's stomach is hanging out. We have the influence of the Hindus hitting our brothers and sisters from Pakistan and from certain parts of the Pakistani subcontinent. What is that? So whenever the culture goes against the religion, we have to reject the culture. Other than that, Al-Islam allows you to practice your culture. And not only that, but the culture is mu'tabar in the religion. The culture can make something halal or haram with some conditions. And we'll get into that, inshallah, when we deal with the ability, how the legislation comes about in Al-Islam. Nick?
I want to ask you, how do believer understands which sunnah is obligatory, which is not?
How does a person understand which sunnah is an obligation and which sunnah is not an obligation? This has a lot to do with usul al-fiqh. Has a lot to do with the language as well. There are principles that the scholars of Al-Islam have given us that come from the Quran and the Sunnah that help us to understand what is wajib and what is not wajib. For an example, if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam orders us to do something, anytime that he orders us to do something, al-amr yafidul wujub ilan yati aw ta'ti qarina tusrifu an al-wujub. If he commanded us to do something, then it is an obligation for you to do that thing unless another text comes and shows you you don't have to do it. For an example, we shared with you the hadith about al-witr. Witr is the last prayer that the person should make in the nighttime, and then he goes to bed. It could be 1 rakat, 3 rakat, 5 rakat, 7 rakat, 9 rakat, 11 rakat, no more than that. So the person makes the witr. Rasulullah said, awtiru fa inna Allah witr wa yuhibbul witr. He ordered us and he said, make witr, because witr, Allah is ad, he's one, and he loves witr. So that is a command. So it's wajib, it's an obligation. But then there are other texts that come that show us, no, it's not an obligation. Like the hadith that we dealt with, we taught you brothers, a hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, Abdullah ibn Umar, when he spoke to us about Al-Islam is built upon 5 pillars, and we talked about the salah as a pillar. And we made it clear in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, when Rasulullah ﷺ sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen, he told them, إِنَّكَ تَقْدَمَ عَلَى قَوْمٍ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. Verily you come into a group of people from Ahl al-Kitab. فَاجْعَلْ أَوَّ مَا تَدْعُوهُمْ إِلَيْهِ أَنْ يُوَحِدُوا اللَّهِ. Make sure the first thing you invite them to is La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Don't preoccupy them with politics. Don't preoccupy them with ibadah, worship. Don't preoccupy them with taking care of the relatives. Make sure that you teach them the importance of La ilaha illallah. If they take that, if they believe in that, فَأَخْبِرْهُمْ أَنَّ اللَّهَ افْتَرَضَ عَلَيْهِمْ خَمْسَ صَلَوَاتٍ فِي يَوْمِهِمْ وَلَيْلَتِهِمْ. If they believe in Allah, then tell them, let them know, teach them that Allah has made obligatory upon them 5 prayers to be done in a day and a night. So that goes to show that witr is not an obligation, because that is a sarif. This is a qarina that comes, that changes the issue. I don't like to get too deep into these issues in a class other than the presentation, which is dedicated to this issue, because we don't want people to misunderstand. Do you understand what I just said? Do you really understand, Nick? You know you can. Okay, inshallah. And we'll dedicate, inshallah, a segment, an episode solely to that, if Allah Ta'ala gives us life. And the life that we hope and we pray that Allah gives us is the life that is the life of the Muslim who's on the sunnah. When you come into his home and you knock on the door and the door is open, you can smell the aroma of the sunnah. You can see the sunnah in all of his family members, the way he's eating with his right hand, drinking with his right hand, what he says when he comes in, what he says when he leaves, how he goes to bed, how he puts his clothes on, how he puts his shoes on, how he combs his hair, how he deals with the people. This is the sunnah. There is the sunnah that is an obligation, and there is the sunnah that is not an obligation. But whatever the case is, we have to be people from Ahl Sunnah, the correct aqidah, ideology, and the correct methodology, the minhaj of Islam, what the companions were upon. So we stop there today. And again, our prayer is that Allah, the Most High, makes us all from the people of the Sunnah with ikhlas, with sincerity, and with His tawfiq. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا الأمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Islam. Islam. Islam.